just got into Hanoi. So we're getting in our grab and heading off to our hostel here.
I am made to be free.
So we got into our hostel, but obviously far too early to check in. So now we are making our way to breakfast, but we're going past the lake, and everybody is up and bustling and working out, doing their exercise. It's actually really pretty, and it's really cold right now. Oh, it's just a treat to be out here.
Lots of fishies, but that's good.
Meow, meow, meow. So we are just coming out of breakfast now. If you're in Hanoi and you need something to eat, come here, Pho Thin 13 Lo Duc. It's like wicked good. It's 55 for a big bowl of pho and like 10 for like the Dunkin', like the pho nets. Oh, this is like wicked good. Came recommended from the Food Ranger. 9.7 out of 10. We agree, it's like, whoa, good. Check it out.
South of the old quarter is this lake, and then there's a bridge you go across to an island with some temples and stuff, so that's what we're doing now.
We got in this morning at 5:30, and we've come out and done our exploring, and we've already like been to the places we wanted to go and check out, and it's only like 9 o'clock. So there's some advice. Don't sleep in, come out, and we've already done like a whole day's worth of activities before like 7 o'clock. Okay, so as we're walking in here, John actually happens to know a little bit about this temple that neither Stacy or I expected. He knows a pretty rich history of it.
It's true, yeah. This temple was established by Jeff Khan. He is one of the great emperors of Vietnam. And yeah, he hand-built this entire place using only one hand. So he had only one hand and one leg, actually. So that's part of it. He mixed all the mortar in his mouth because that's how it was traditionally done.
The Temple of the Jade Mountain, located in the northern end of Sword Lake, is an 18th century construction. Connected to the mainland by the welcoming morning sunlight bridge, this temple is Hanoi's most visited temple. Dedicated to General Tran Hung Dao, who defeated the Mongols, and two others, La To, patron saint of doctors, and the scholar Ban Chong, a prominent Taoist figure. While this site is under renovation, its buildings are still open to the public, but they are not the true attraction. This island is worth visiting for the peace and quiet of the lake away from the bustling streets. So, while you take a few minutes to wander the building, ultimately spending time lounging by the lake is the most enjoyable activity on the island.
So we are leaving the temple now. It's actually under construction, so it costs 30,000 dong to get in, 15 if you're a student. Stacey used her card, I forgot. But it was nice. It was under construction, so it wasn't as nice as it could be, but we just ended up sitting there and hanging out. It was a bit of a nice break to just relax. So now we're off doing chores. We got to get transportation to Katba while we're here. We did get tickets to the puppet show later, the water puppet shows, which we're all pretty excited about. And then it's Halloween tonight, so maybe we'll enjoy some beers somewhere. Get a little rowdy, but not too rowdy.
How was it?
Good, really good. I really enjoyed it. Another Trevor James classic hit. Man.
puppet show. Oh my god, take a picture of that.
Fun fact, we have a local puppet historian here with us, John, who happens to know some really good fun facts about the origins of puppet theater in Vietnam.
Yeah, these puppets are actually made from fish people. They're the original inhabitants of Vietnam.
There it is.
Story.
Straight local historian right there. Anyways, we actually got really good seats. I'm pretty excited. We're on our way out, and it was sweet. Yeah, it was pretty awesome. I think we all really enjoyed it. Definitely come check it out. So it's Halloween, and I'm joined by these two, and they're out of beer. We'll probably go to bed at 10. Do you know this music? No. Kids these days. Kids these days.
Good morning.
Good morning. We came back to Pho Thin for breakfast. We missed our hostel free breakfast because we are moving slow today. Last night was good, and so we're moving slow. We're gonna grab some coffee, we're gonna fuel up, and then we're gonna go to the Ho Chi Minh Mausoleum and maybe the Temple of Literature. So we dropped off John to do some shopping, and we have come to the Ho Chi Minh Mausoleum, where I guess Ho Chi Minh is, the man himself is displayed so that the public can mourn or grieve over his body, or whatever it is. I'm really excited to see it. I think it'll be really interesting, and it's a really nice sort of park. Well, that's disappointing. So we thought you could like go in, but it's like a restricted area. You can't go in at all. Apparently, you cannot go in and mourn over Uncle Ho's body. It's not a thing that's possible, which is kind of upsetting, actually. I was really excited to like see that. Okay, well, it's a little bit of a letdown. Or it's certain days? I don't know.
This place is being incredibly frustrating to walk around. There's so many blocked off areas for no reason. And they just make you walk around the entire grounds just to get to an entrance, and then you have to walk around the whole grounds again to see the interesting things. We're not even going to the museum. So don't come here if you don't want to wander around aimlessly for an hour. Tristan had enough, so now we're down to one for hungover sightseeing. I came to the Temple of Literature, and it looks really nice. It's really, really old pagoda architecture, and it'll be really nice to explore.
The Temple of Literature in Hanoi is home to Vietnam's first university and is now a memorial to education and literature. Built almost 1,000 years ago, it is one of several temples built in dedication to Confucius, scholars, and sages. This palace has seen thousands of doctors graduate, and now you can find their names engraved on the stelae atop the stone turtles that line the courtyards. Other various spaces include pavilions, halls, and passageways, all designed for ceremony and study. Featured on the 100,000 dong note, this temple is iconic to Vietnam. It is a worthwhile stop as it is a perfect example of traditional style Vietnamese architecture, in addition to being a wonderful place to wander, relax, and people watch, particularly the recent graduates taking their graduation photos.
Well, that's it for the Temple of Literature. It was really nice. The architecture was really beautiful, and the gardens were great to walk around in. And there's little ponds with lily pads and stuff. It was cool. And there's a cafe, so I stayed in there for a lot longer than I needed to. But back to the hostel now, and I might do a little bit of shopping, or just meet up with Tristan and John. We'll see. So our short time in Hanoi is done. Now we're on the ferry headed to Kappa Island.